Okay, begin standing up, feet pointed straight ahead. Squat down. Try to get down so that your hips are the same level as your knees. As you go down, bring your hands forward, and then as you come up, bring your hands back. The entire time, try to keep your back straight so that even as you go down with the hips, you're not rounding forward. Stay tall in the upper body. Try to go down to the knees. If you can get down that low without aggravating any back pain or neck pain or anything like that, go ahead and do it. If you need to modify it, feel free to do that as well. If you can't go this low, that's fine. As you practice this in the next couple days and weeks, then you will definitely be able to go lower and lower each time. And we're just about done with this exercise. Get ready to switch to the next one. We're going to do back leg lunges now. So you're still standing. You're going to take a step backwards. The front leg is basically doing a squat as the back leg bends down. Bring the knee toward the floor, but don't touch the floor. To make it better for the upper back, bring the hands behind the head, pull the elbows way back. That's going to create more thoracic extension up through your upper back, which is very important, especially if you're sitting at a computer for most of the day. So you want that upper back actually really engaged. So you want those muscles to be working pretty hard in the upper back. Keep the elbows going back. And again, if you need to modify this, if you can't go quite as low, that's fine. Feel free to modify it. And get ready to switch in just a few seconds. Legs are straight, feet straight ahead, thighs tight. You're going to come up onto the balls of your feet and go right back down. Feet stay straight ahead as you come up and down. Try to relax your upper body, relax your abdominals, relax your neck. Focus on tightening your thighs to keep your legs straight. Now turn your legs out so that your toes point away from each other. And you also want to make sure that the entire leg rotated out as well, so that the knees and the ankles and the feet all point in the same direction, which is slightly out, about 45 degrees for each foot. You're still doing the same thing with the rest of the movement. You're coming up onto the ball of the foot and lowering it back down, keeping the thighs tight, keeping the upper body relaxed. And now you're going to rotate internal. The entire leg goes internal. The toes, the ankles, the knees, everything is coming internal, and you're still going up and down the same way you were doing with the ankles, with the balls of the feet, and keeping the thighs tight. Let's do just a couple more here. Still standing, you want to curl one foot up toward the hip. It's really important that in this you keep your knees touching each other. Keep your glutes tight. Keep your knees touching each other so that even as you bring the foot up and down, you're not changing the upper leg. You're just moving the lower leg up and you're moving it back down. We're almost done with this exercise, then you're going to be on your back for the next one. So now you're on your back, knee bent, and one leg out straight. That straight leg, you want to squeeze the thigh really, really tight. And then you're going to pull the ankle, flex the ankle back, pull the toes back toward you. Lift it up and down, so that right leg is going up and down while you're relaxing the upper body. So the hip flexor, the muscle in the front of the hip, is doing all the work here, as well as the thigh. So you want to keep that right thigh tight, keep that knee straight, relax your upper body. Now let's go ahead and switch legs. So now the left thigh is tight, flex the left toes back toward you, keeping the upper body relaxed. Try to keep your breathing fluid during this time. Even if you find this very difficult, keep your breathing relaxed. Feel free to modify it if you need to. And now bend both knees, lift your hips up, and then you're gonna walk out and then walk back in. So what we're doing here is a standard bridge, but then we're modifying it a little bit. So you're gonna walk your feet out, walk them back in. What this is doing is this is forcing your hips to do the work one at a time for a brief second, and then you're coming back in. Also, you're changing the way your hips stabilize. You're using new muscles as you go out. Let's just do one more of these. And now let one leg go out straight, bend the other leg so that the hip and the knee are 90 degrees. You can either hold on to your leg or you can just have your arms out to the side. Having your arms to the side is a little bit harder, but we're gonna circle the foot, big, big circles with the ankle. Okay, and now switch directions. So you're gonna do big circles the other way. Make sure that you keep your ankle the same height as your knee on the right leg. So try not to let it creep down toward the floor. You want to keep it the same height as your knee or even slightly higher. And now you're going to stop the circles and you're just going to point and flex. So point that foot straight out and then flex it back. Point and flex. If you're getting tired, that's pretty typical. Most people, the first couple times they do this, it's really, really draining. That ankle will typically start to stiffen up. If yours is, that's okay. Just try to keep the range of motion fluid, front and back. Okay, great. It's time to switch legs. Let's get the left leg going. Right leg straight. Left hip and knee are both 90 degrees. Keep the ankle at the same level as the knee or slightly higher. And we're circling around one direction. Remember, we're going to do each direction and then we're going to do point flex so that we get the full range of motion of the ankle. Try to relax your upper body, just breathe. And go ahead and switch directions. So big, big circles with that ankle. Try to relax your upper body. Relax that right leg. Breathe down into your abdomen area. And let's finish it up here with point flex on the left foot. So point that foot out and flex it back. Point and flex. Probably starting to get a little bit tired here, so really focus on that motion. Point it all the way out, flex it all the way back. Almost done with this exercise, and then we just have one more, and then you're all done for the day. Sit down in an imaginary chair against the wall. Make sure you're at exactly 90 degrees at the hips and at the knees so that your ankles are directly below your knees and your hips and knees are at the same level. Flatten out your lower back so that there's no arch in it and keep the weight in your heels. Now press into your heels like you're trying to move the floor away from you. Excellent work today. We are all done. Good job. We'll see you tomorrow.